Good day, welcome to Multi-Net Design, the continuation of our double flats that we are working on. In the last episode, we were able to work on a little bit on aesthetic value by adding the elevation pattern and create something that are more uniform and relevant. So in this particular, we want to do more on elevation by bringing the whole elevation value into order and get it done for a brief. So before then, I just want to show you where we have started from. So we were able to create something like this in the beginning. So the next one we did the arrangement of this and the dimension, so that anybody who want to learn to progressive level will be able to learn confidently and add the self. Then right now, the next thing we want to do here now is to go to the elevation here. So instead of me using ceiling, I still want to use the same roof to do the work that I wanted it to do, so that I will just like creating this roof to look like more like a ceiling. I mean, what is it called? That look like a facial board for that extent. So that's what I want to do. I'm not going to create any facial board, so it just depends on your intent. So whatsoever you want to create in everything, there's so many ways to do things. So that's the method I want to teach here. So drop it like this. So what you do here is the edit and you say duplicate. So duplicate to just say roof 2 or call this roof 200, just say ceiling, I mean facial. So like this, you click OK. So here you edit, duplicate, editing. Since you have duplicated it, edit it now. So what I'm going to choose is just a pure white color. So just let me select one of those color that I have on this guy, so I'm not just going to be creating appearances. So I've done with this one now. So I change the thickness to, let's say, 4. I'm going to change the thickness to 300, which is okay by me. Say okay. So I'm done with this now. Click OK. So this one is there. So what I need to do first before I do anything is that I need to change the cover level, so that is that it's not going to have the same level of tip. So I'm going to click here and say one, just like saying 50 is okay by me, just to offset it a bit without copy. So I'm offsetting it inside every one of them like that. So I think with this you can move on. Good. So you click finish. So go back to the start elevation and any kind of elevation where you are. You see that the thing is already within. So go to the west. At the west side now, just click move. Just drop it below. Good. So this one is snapped to it. So when you look at it from the 3D, you see that the whole things are come up. So this is the real. Yeah. So we're done with this. So now let's work on this staircase, to be precise. So I'm going to choose here and say door. So I'm going to choose wall. So instead of me using normal wall, now I'm going to use curtain wall. So curtain wall, I'm going to divide this into 2 by separating it, just like a level 1 of what I need to do. So before then I go to do space, I say embedded, automatic embedded, so that I'm going to have it fill. The moment I'm drawing it, it's going to be embedding in the wall straight up. So I'm going to do it, say 900. From here again, I say 900. Good. So this one is done. So I go up to the south elevation. From the south elevation, I can drag it to another level which I want it to be. So it's going to be continuing to be bended. So I'm shifting this up. So do the same thing here, and then align it up. So just let me select and see what. So I'm going to use 700 for the ground, then 5,000 at the top. So use the same thing here too. 700 grand, 5,000 top. So they are all in the same references position. So click here and edit this so that the floor will not be showing from the cutting glass. So I'm going to do it this way, drag it in, just drag it within, do the same thing here, select, break this one into two, and you can break this one as well. So as you have it now like this too, you can draw this go up here, draw this to go up here. So it's not finished because when you leave it this way, this one will have error. So what I just need to do first, just let the external aspects take care of itself before you now focus on the inward part. So this one is done. So the next thing you need to do is that you need to take care of this. So this is what we want, and then you need to remove this one. Good. So you bring this to bear. So you break this one into two as well. This into two. Good. So this one is what we have, and then you click finish. So if there's any issue, it's telling you here that there is issue. All I just need here is that maybe you should remove this completely. It's of no use for that point. So click finish. So the level is being indicated. Go to 3D and see the impact here is cut off instead. So you don't need them again. So that is it. So you can imagine the way the stair flows. That is what we are talking about. So you're done with this one now. The next thing is start to program everything and set it up. So the next layer is to get a cover wall. So click here and say duplicate and call duplicate is call it cover. Let's call it cover wall. So click OK and say edit structure. Come here, reduce the to 20. Just don't want the thickness to be big, so select that and come to, you can select any of this, let it big, then you say duplicate the material. So from here now you just adjoin the hook element. So if you do the adjustments, then come to appearance. So let us go to wall paint. Come to wall paint and say I'm going to use gloss here. So I'm selecting something like I can back on the nylon as my own. So periwinkle, let me use periwinkle, but I'm going to make it more darker than this one that I'm seeing here. So click here. So I'm going to periwinkle and I will drag it down. So the color is going to be more thicker like that. So I'm still going to do more of it. Just select update. So if you mod update it, just drag it down, say click OK and click OK. So the periwinkle and the update are there for you. So it's there now. Good. So now let's start our proper. So I have done with this one. Good. So whatever I want to do, first let me check what I've done here. So I'm going to align it to the wall. Align to the wall now. Good. So align to this point. Good. Then align to this side. Good. So I will select it now, and I'm going to go to start elevation, where I'm going to drag it from down to front. So I'm going to click from here and I will drag it to the upper part. Good. So here now we edit the profile by clicking here and then select this to open. Select this to open. So finish it at that level. So I have it like periwinkles in place. So next I need to do is to create the embellishment around that. So click on this and say placement is what I want to use, and just leave like that, placement 2. So I'm using extrusion from here, and I will just use what I have been using before. So select here and search around. So click until you pick the whole segment wall. So I'm picking that. So I will draw this one. I'm selecting this whole, choosing everything at once. So I will offset this to, let's say, 100. Then do the same thing here by having its points. So click finish, then change the category. Instead of me having it like this, I'm going to check the same whites that I used to use before. So those ones are more reliable for me, so I'm going to select it from here. So I've seen one here, just that aspect. So good for, so select again and then reduce this one to 120. Good. So I think we're done with this now of this level. So the next thing I want to create is this inner part where I'm going to get it done in a simple way. So let's just go to 3D and see our development. So this is good for the start. So I have done with this as a whole. So what I need now is to change the whole pattern of what I'm seeing on the ground floor. So what I'm going to do is that I click here, say level 1, click similar thing. So instead of that, select this and say leave it at that level, but I'm going to change this one to 4,000. I mean to just say 4,000 because it's going to go down a little bit. So select this and go all around. So I will go around the whole moments of the wall. So I'm stopping somewhere here. So as I've done with that, now what I need to do is that I will select this, select all this, select it here. Don't select all instances in that except to duplicate the first one you did. So if that's not the case, you should select individually by pressing Ctrl, pressing it down. So what do I do? I have to reduce this one again to 2000. So I'm going to go to 3D and see what I've done there. So 2000, this one comes down. You see this come down the more. So I don't like the height which it comes, so I'm still going to reduce it again. So I will drag this one down now manually. I think it snapped to that point. So I'm going to use this to judge. So 300 and just let's say 1400 for a good record purpose. So I'm going to go to level 1, then I will align everything. So you align everything to wherever it's supposed to be. But before then, let me duplicate this so that I will not have issue when I'm doing the needful. So I'm going to duplicate this one, say duplicate, select editing type, duplicate and duplicate word 2. Yes, leave it that way. So that is done. So I will cannot align everything before I will now work on the whole thing. So one thing about elevation is that it took time. It take a lot of, because it is the beauty of the building, you need to do it diligently and get it accurately. So you can imagine the time we are spending to do elevation and we have never got the beautiful aspect of it. So the same way you work diligently on whatsoever you are creating when it comes to elevation. So click here, select all instances in this view. So everything being selected. The failures here is what I want to correct, 1400. So we do that and you step, you get it done. So this is what it is. You can just get it around and see what you have created on another side. So this is what you have done here. So it is not finished. So we're going to change a little lot of things here. So I'm going to change more of what. So click here again. I'm going to say edit. Now I'm going to duplicate again word cover 3, which is okay by me. So I go to level 1. So I'm starting straight up from here. So now what I need here is that I will change this one to normal 4,000. I mean, let me say 7,000. Yes, good for me like that. So I'm going to change the material as well, but let me for decide what I want to do with the elevation conveniently first. So this is what I'm drawing. and this is the way I want it to come, and it will definitely cover to this point. So I will align everything to the wall. Let M rest upon the wall before I start working with the opening and build something for my own use. So the beautiful aspect of this is that you can work any variety of wall, because this is a computer graphics. Select all this instance view, good. So edit it now, then edit in place, go to the defaults, then you choose a material. It's another big deal that you need to work on. So I'm going to go here and say edit material. So I've chosen a material to work with, so I'm going to choose another thing entirely. Browser, so go to appearance and set this one, go to wall paints again, and then you go to glossy. If glossy did not have what you want, but I think I have is salmon. Yes, this is what I want to use. So I'm going to use this salmon to do what I want to do. It's more like a orange color, but it's in a different level entirely. So I'm going to make it lighter and click OK and select it. So click yes and click yes. So now go to 3D and see the way the whole color will change. So you can imagine, see, this is what I have. Now I want to open it up for what I have done here. So select this one first. This is going to be selected and say edited. Go to the start elevation, then you work on this. Select. We're done with this, so we finish. So select the other side, which is the front. So what do we do here? This one is in the two independent levels. So what we do is that we create the opening, edit the profile. So I'm going to select from here. I'm not going to go to the top pure. Then I'm going to stay at this level. Then click finish. That open is there now. So I'm coming back to the side. So where I'm going to select this one, so that the opening will be there, or this window. So go to west. So you select this and start. Open, 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 then open. So click finish. So the elevation aspect is done, D, and we see it in 3D again and see that the value are finally changed. So that is what we want to represent here. It's not finished yet, it's still in progress, and everything is still in order. So this is what we have done at this situation. So you can see that the whole things are coming out, the beautiful aspect of it. So the more we work on it, the more design, the more details they become, and the more lovely they come and appeal to us. So we still work on some area here that will bring the beauty of this building. So thank you for watching. See you in the next episode. God bless you.